The Nosleep story, the one in the mirror. I am an ordinary person, living a quiet and simple life. Every day I go to work, return home, and fall asleep, nothing special. Everything began to change one late night when I moved into an old house I rented in a quiet neighborhood. From the very first day, the house had a strange quality I couldn't explain. Odd noises echoed at night, footsteps, the creaking sound of a door opening, even though I lived alone. But I didn't think much of it, assuming it was just the normal sounds of an old house. After a week of living there, I discovered a large mirror in the bathroom. The mirror wasn't something I brought with me, it was already in the house. It was beautiful, with a classic wooden frame and a glossy, shiny glass, but there was something odd that I couldn't ignore. Every time I looked into the mirror, I felt a chill running down my spine. One evening, after taking a shower, I stood in front of the mirror to dry off. When I looked into it, I saw myself. But then, something very strange happened. I was still standing there, but in the mirror, another person stood behind me. How could that be? I looked around. No one was in the room. But when I looked back into the mirror, the person there smiled, a gentle but cold, lifeless smile. I jumped, quickly turning around to look, but the room was empty. It was just me? Or was it? My heart pounded in my chest, but I tried to convince myself it was just an illusion. But that night, when I went to sleep, I heard a faint sound coming from the bathroom, the sound of dripping water, soft footsteps. I woke up, irritated by the noise, and went into the bathroom, but no one was there. However, the mirror was still there, reflecting my image, standing silently as if waiting. But this time, I didn't just see myself. Beside me, a shadowy figure appeared, moving slowly as if stepping out from the mirror. At that moment, I panicked, feeling the cold air rise and compress in my chest. It can't be, I told myself. It can't be. But then I looked into the eyes of the person in the mirror, and I realized the horrifying truth. It was me. But those eyes weren't mine. They were empty, devoid of emotion. I couldn't look away, even though I wanted to. Suddenly, the person in the mirror began to move. Not step out, but step in, into my body. My legs wouldn't move. I was frozen, unable to utter a word. The person in the mirror stepped out, and I could feel every hair on my body standing on end. It had taken my place. I don't remember what happened next, only that I quickly left the bathroom, but couldn't escape the cold sensation. When I returned to my room, I realized I was still looking at myself through the mirror, but now I was no longer the one in it. The person in the mirror smiled, a smile full of contempt, a smile as if mocking me. I realized the horrifying truth. I was no longer me. The one in the mirror had taken my body, and I was now just a shadow, a ghost trapped in the world it had abandoned. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. No one could hear me. Then it stepped out of the mirror, reaching its hand to touch my face, as if ensuring I couldn't escape. Now it's your turn, it said, my voice but cold and distant. I wanted to leave, but I couldn't. I couldn't escape my own body. It had taken everything, and now I was left only in the mirror, watching it continue to live the life I once had. The one in the mirror understood. The one had always been there. Now, I was the one trapped.